Fellas, Jester back again to review this beautiful 3rd edition 1971 Reader's Digest Atlas of the World. It's an absolute piece of modern art, mind control masterpiece. It's got a lot of, as you can see by my pink notes here, lots of things that I really enjoyed and stuff that I want to point out. Now, start with right here, we got the big Terminator line, boom! The only thing, of course, that could make this is a spherical object, as we all know. Right. So, moon map, kind of cool. Just to point out, and all you people on the level will already kind of understand, but these are all 90-degree impacts. Every crater, interesting, hits perfectly 90 degrees. No big, long, deep impact gashes across the moon. It would make that sound. I don't know why. Anyway, no big 45-degree slices into the moon. Nope. All exactly, perfectly 90 degrees. Anyway, first side of the moon, not provable. No one's seen it. This is made up nonsense. But what I like about it the most, and it's not actually listed on here, but I believe this crater right here is this one or that one is named Schrödinger. Schrödinger. Right. They got an Einstein crater, another one of my faves, one of my favorite actors. So, hitting you with all the different levels of mind control. The atmosphere is so huge and vast. Atmosphere. And usually these come with like airplanes and satellites, but it's 71, pretty early into that, so I guess they forgot to add those this time. Doesn't even mention satellites. Weird. In the stratosphere. No balloons or anything like that. We got some shooting stars though, so they're working that. And then this, we know for sure that this is what it looks like. Doesn't it kind of look like some one-eye symbolism? The core of the Earth. Interesting. It kind of like turn it like this, right? Isn't it totally look like a sleepy eye? I'm sure that's not on purpose. The core, inner core, outer core. Look at this. Possible sulfide and oxide shell. You know why it says possible? Because they have no fucking idea. They're making shit up. Here we go, more making shit up. This is how volcanoes work exactly. Although no one's actually been down here. We didn't take like a volcanic submarine down and explore and come to some, logical conclusions. So really, we have no fucking idea. Earth's treasures, some oceans. I'm going to try to keep this short. I want to split this into 3 parts if I can. More ocean stuff. It's got the ocean currents, which was kind of interesting. I'm wondering how that would lay out on the flat map. But, boom! We got some bird migrations, which I didn't spend too much time on this, but I just liked the style of this quote-unquote globe. Wandering albatross. I just liked how the only birds that are going through these southern flight routes that airplanes don't take is a wandering albatross. Interesting. Even more so of a flat and level, look at that. Azimuth, equidistant. This is a beautiful map right here. And it's interesting that they got at least one of them in on this, right? You always got to get at least one. Just to really straighten things out. The spread of mammals, so some bullshit that they don't know about. Evolution of man, ladies and gentlemen, 26 million years ago, right? This is it. This is what there's with signs of man's, and we know the earliest known man was right here, 500,000 years ago. We know for sure, except until the next one that we find that was carbon dated with fake carbon data. So here we go. Indigenous races of the world. Super interesting because we got a kind of flat Earth map, right? The South Pole's in 2 places. I'm not sure how that works. It's like a fat globe. Another chubby globe. Got some chubby globes. I got to stop doing is looking at the book with my eyes and actually look with the camera so I can see where you guys are looking. Growth of civilization. I thought this was kind of interesting. All of mankind's recorded history here on 2 pages. This is after death, post Jesus Christ. This is before Christ, so 2,000 years before, handily nearly 2,000 years after. It's because it's a 1971 book. And look at that, right in the crease. We'll just stick Jesus right in the middle. I just thought that was kind of interesting. You can take what you want from that. Thought it was interesting. Anyway, I think this page is just about feeling bad for the Jews because, like, they're like, oh, look at how huge these religions are. This one, Christianity's huge, Protestant, Catholicism, they're all huge, taking over the world. Buddhism, look at how huge the poor Jews. Look at the poor grabblers. They only have that amount of space, and the evil Palestinians are trying to take that from them. So you should agree with us. Speaking of that, look what we have here. The plan of Jerusalem. We got some journeys of St. Paul, invasions of the Holy Land. So some really biblical tie-ins. So because they still wanted to respect the beliefs and understandings of 1971. The internet, not a thing. So a lot of people were pretty strong in their faith. So they want to still get that in there. But at the same time, hitting you with the globe nonsense, right? And I'm not going to get too far into this. This is going to be the end of my video for sure. Tune in for part 3. I'll get into this fun stuff, great explorations, and the nonsense that's involved in this. A lot of fun. More to come. Thoughtless Jester. Have a great weekend.